Hello everyone, I am Asha Odasi from Yashwant Mahavidyalaya Wardha. Our today's topic is Indian Constitution and Human Rights. So, before getting into discussion, I would like to tell you that there is no strict jacket formula for human rights. So, let us understand the origin and meaning of human rights. So, we just get into the theory of John Locke, which is social contract theory. John Locke once said that imagine a state where you are in a state of nature where there is no law and no government. So, in the state, a man has certain rights. He has right to life, right to liberty, and right to property. These three rights he called combinedly as natural rights. By right to liberty, he said that no one should kill me. By right to liberty, he said that we should able to express our will freely. And by right to property, he said that we should able to enjoy our rights on our property freely. He further said, in the state of nature, there are some people who are powerful than other people, not just physically but economically also. So, these powerful people will try to infringe the right of other people. So, John Locke proposed solution to this, that weak people come together and form set of norms that are called laws, and thereafter they form the government. So this was the social contract between the people, but the problem that the government was formed, then also there was disparity among people on various things. The problem was not solved again. If we go slightly back into the history, so the problem like slavery at that time still exists. Women didn't have any representation. Only noble people have some rights. Only. So he declared that slaves in his kingdom are freed from today. And this was such a great movement that his works were incarnated in Cyrus Cylinder. Later, in 1948, the United Nations came into picture under the supervision of Eleanor Roosevelt. And this secret document, UDHR, which is Universal Declaration of Human Rights, came into picture. So here, 30 human rights were given, and these rights were universal in nature and were inalienable. So the question arises here is that if people have right to food and shelter, then why people are dying because of starvation day by day? If people have right to education, then why over million of adolescents are unable to read and write? Human rights are still violated, and to secure this right, Constitution plays an important role. Constitution comes here as hero. So, what is Constitution? The Constitution is a set of basic principles and laws of nation, state or social group that determines the power and duties of the government and guarantees certain rights to the people in it. In India, Constitution is in written form. At its enactment, it had 395 articles and 8 schedules. The 395 articles were divided into 22 parts. Now, you might think that what is relation between human rights and Indian Constitution? So, as these human rights like enforceabilities, and suppose in India certain person's human rights are infringed, then what should he do? Then obviously he will look for laws to find the solutions, but these laws are also secondary. The secondary laws derives authority from something called ground norms, and here comes the Constitution of India in the picture, which is called ground norms. So if suppose person rights to equality is infringed, then he can approach to Court of India and he can claim his right to equality under Article 14 to under Article 18. If his right to freedom is infringed, then he can go to Court of India and claim his right to freedom under Article 19 to Article 22. If his right against exploitation is infringed, then he can claim under Article 23 to 24. If there is any infringement of right to religion, then he can claim under Article 25 to Article 27 and so on. Any person can claim in the Court of India if their human rights are infringed. The Constitution of India provides safeguard to the human rights. Now, about that part of guide which are not given in the Indian Constitution but that are given to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, that is UDRH. What about those? You see that there are certain conventions that India has signed with UDRH, that is Universal Declaration of Human Rights. I don't know that if I argue this in the court, how much enforceabilities these conventions will have, but I think they will have slight effects, though it might not be considered binding, but I think it will having certain effects. So this was all about Indian Constitution and human rights. Thank you.